Aragorn, Kaspar, and Shima, plus the 4 youngsters from America, plus Apache and Cherokee from Switzerland, are to form a big pack during the coming weeks. 9 wolves, 9 characters.
You're just as blind as you look.
Where are they eating the microphones?
How will the adults get along with the youngsters?
Nanook lifts his leg during a stroll. That's a clear sign that he thinks of himself as the alpha.
Don't jump.
The dog pups, too, have grown to be real teenagers.
Bravo.
They're being kept and trained exactly like the wolves. And they go through the same tests. What's the difference between wolves and dogs?
Try something different.
That's what the team at the Wolf Science Center is trying to find out. Friederike Range, behavior scientist from Germany.
He's such a prankster. If he wants something, he wants it, without losing a thought over whether he actually should want it.
Zsofia Viranyi,
Yukon!
wolf expert from Hungary.
I think what's most interesting, what's going to happen in the future, because the students are making bets whether he or Cherokee will be the dominant ones.
Kotrschal, head of the Konrad Lorenz Research Center.
Our relationship, Nanook, works mostly through treats, right?
And Bea Belady, the wolf whisperer.
These animals are relatively young. Problems, I expect at some later time.
4 people who have dedicated their lives to wolves.
Good night, wolfies.
They even sleep in the same bed. For half a year, Barbara and her film crew have regularly visited Ernstbrunn. At first, it always took a while for Aragorn, Kaspar, and Shima to warm up to the camera. Meanwhile, they're relaxed right away. Will this change when they share a compound with the youngsters? Harvest season. There are lots of fruit trees in the enclosures, to the delight of the scientists as well as the wolves. Wolves, big and small, love ripe fruit.
Turning vegetarian? Our estimate is that right now the diet of the older wolves, the yearlings, is 80% fruit. That has been going on for 2 months. That's surprising because wolves are seen as total carnivores. But that's not the case. Dogs too can not only eat but also digest a considerable amount of plant food. Many dogs enjoy fruit. That seems to be a wolf heritage.
Who would have thought that? The killer of sheep is really a vegetarian? Sharing an apple with Aragorn is part of the everyday niceties in Ernstbrunn. Meanwhile, Zsofia Viranyi starts the training sessions. In collaboration with the University of Vienna, the Wolf Science Center investigates the mental capacities of wolves. Zsofia fills the reward machine, which is linked to the computer. Without treats, the wolves won't do computer work. The touch screen is an ideal way of watching certain thought processes without any human interference.
Tatonga! Tonga! Ja, super. Bravo. Only Tatonga.
But before Tatonga can work on a specific task, she has to learn how a touchscreen works. The camera is still unfamiliar, so the female wolf needs a little more convincing than usual.
No, bravo. Ja, Susie, good. Tonga, here, the food you forgot. Bravo. Super.
Right now, the goal is to teach Tatonga that she will be rewarded when she touches a symbol on the screen with her nose.
We have 30 trials in one session, but it's not that they have to do all the trials. So if we see that it was enough, they lost their interest, motivation is gone, they start to walk up and down and they do not come back anymore to work, then we stop. Super, bravo, come on, it's not the best.
Why are the symbols black and white?
Huh? Super, yeah.
Can the wolves see color at all?
Bravo. They do have a color vision, but different than ours, so they see the colors differently than we do. But of course the black and white is always easy. I mean, this works for everybody, it's a strong contrast, it's easy to see that there's something on the screen. Otherwise, when we use colorful things, we always have to check for that how they see these colors or this picture, because it's different than ours.
This is how wolves see the world, more or less. And so do dogs, their domestic descendants. Maisha is a female dog from the comparison group. Barbara could never have done this with wolf pups.
Not that easy, yes. The trust is missing. So, I mean, you see that she doesn't care that you're sitting behind her. She's moved up and down. She's just completely relaxed. She doesn't have the idea that you could do something bad to her.
For scientists, it's often not easy to raise dogs with the same caution as wolves. On the one hand, dogs are clearly more tolerant in many respects. On the other, the scientists have to forget the familiar classic dog training. Like with the wolves, they just want to be the partners to the animals.
Hey.
What are the positions of Zsofia, Friederike and Kurt in the wolf pack?
In a way, we are tied to them and they to us. But we strictly avoid getting involved in pack dynamics. We never dominate, never give the impression that we want to get involved in their hierarchy issues. We hope they can see the difference. So far, it has worked very well. Anyone for a beer?
The 6 youngsters are still among themselves. Kurt and his guest enjoy the cozy situation. Tomorrow, a lot will change in the Ernstbrunn Gardens. Cameraman Ferdinand Cebulka has got extra support from his colleagues. The crew doesn't want to miss any essential action. The wolves should be well fed and content. The scientists are really dishing out. The adults get bigger chunks. A chicken a day keeps the grumbling away. The animals seem to sense that something is in the bush. All 3 of their beloved humans are present. They rarely get that much attention. Normally, Zsofia, Friederike and Kurt take turns. Kaspar, the leader of the adults, observes every detail. Friederike and Kurt enter the adult compound.
What? This will be exciting.
Zsofia stays with the youngsters.
So you want us to push that way? Don't lift it too high, otherwise we get electrocuted. Keep an eye on Ferdinand. The big ones are near.
The wolves are puzzled by the open gate.
Okay.
Yukon was the first to pass.
The two enclosures are now joined together. The greeting is friendly. Aragon seems especially happy about the change. The two other adults soon realize that this will be permanent.
I wouldn't say that the big ones are happy. The other two was, they are going to come over. And I'm going, let's go over to play.
Now they can run.
Aragorn is in his element.
They discover everything pretty quickly, huh?
Kaspar is not very amused. While the cubs take over the territory, the alpha wolf does not hide his disapproval.
Kaspar, I think you better get used to this.
I'm so sorry for him. It's gonna be so hard. I don't know, I feel I just like to picking up Kaspar and holding him in my arms to protect him from the pups.
You feel like that?
Yes.
Oh.
And then you can see that he's like, Campi 2, there's nowhere to go. What the hell am I going to do now?
Aragorn is as happy as ever.
Rocky! Yoo-hoo!
Did they behave like you expected it?
Oh, yes, in a way, yes. I mean, they know each other pretty well. They played a lot together. They spent a lot of time together. But I was surprised about that how quickly the social interactions were over. So basically, okay, this greeting happened, and then, there's a lot of place, and then the exploration started. So more enjoying running and just having the big place for the small ones. And for the big ones, standing in the gate there and then looking at that, this thing wasn't open so far. So pretty quickly these things took over. That was surprising for me.
Very suddenly it looks like a peck.
The adult's last refuge is the roof of the shed. For the time being, the youngsters are not allowed up here. The scientists want to work more intensively now with the wolves to keep them on their toes, and so Bea gets extra support from another trainer, Rita Takac. Joint walks are not just for pleasure. Friederike, Zsofia, and Kurt want to see how the wolves will cooperate with the humans at the other end of the leash.
Our walks on the leash seem to show that the wolves depend more on a relationship with the leading human than dogs do. The orientation of dogs is broader. They are ready to work with different people. Wolves are very specific. They have to like and know you.
After working with wolf pups, Bea is now busy with young dogs. Playfully and by positive feedback, she teaches them the same basics. Are dogs easier to train than wolves?
In principle, wolves can be trained as well as dogs, but there is a marked difference in their reliability.
A well-trained dog can be commanded to lie down for hours. With wolves, this does not work. Nor do wolves learn to fetch. When it comes to thinking tasks, dogs are not better than wolves. On the touchscreen, Cherokee is already learning to distinguish between round and square symbols.
It's funny that they need these closed doors to be in the right position compared to the big ones.
Nein. Arbeiten sollst du.
The feeding machine is broken. Friederike has to throw treats at the right moments.
Tja, okay, denken.
The circle is always positive. Only positive choices will render a treat.
Ja, richtig, ordentlich. Ja, super machst du das.
In this task, the animals learn the basic principles of all touchscreen tests, having to choose one of two symbols.
Super. Ja, super. Gut gemacht. Bravo hier.
After 2 to 4 months, the wolves know what's wanted.
26. Perfect. Very nice.
The routines are running just as well as they did before the join-up of the pack. But since the wolves are growing up and it's difficult to keep an eye on 9 of them, no one enters the compound alone now. At 10 degrees centigrade below freezing, this precaution is tough.
None of you should have gloves.
Okay.
Very unfair. Yeah, I know. I won't have it as well, so I have to take it off. Nothing, but the best nothing in the pockets, whatever.
Okay.
Pockets. Is there anything else we should remove from Barbara? Now, guys, visiting the neighbor enclosure. So everybody, please here. Now, come, guys. Come on, everybody, come on. Geronimo, come. Here, come. Utash. Okay, Barbara, open it, please. Come on.
The new gates make it easier to split up the pack.
Yeah, bravo.
Ideally, only the wolves whom Zsofia calls by name will pass through.
Yeah, bravo, Shima. Susie, bravo. Come on.
Zsofia and Bea find it easier to work with the wolves when they are not together in one group. They also have to watch the camera crew. New objects and unfamiliar people often tempt wolves to do something naughty.
Ja, so ist ein Bravo. Susie, babajčko, bravo tu. Osi, maradjite. Jó, maradja. Aragorn, sit and stay.
Bea is practicing with Aragorn and Shima,
Yes, I know. Sit.
two
stay.
smooth operators.
Good boy, girl. Bravo. Come on.
Zsofia is the youngsters.
Come. The cow. Drup, guys. Now sit, stay. Stay. Super. Now sit. Stay. Nemugra. Sit. Stay. Yeah, bravo. Super. Turn. Zero. Turn. Drup. Super. But, I mean, I guess you see the difference that I can't do it up here like this.
Yeah.
The big one. So you see that Shiva turns the small one.
Just the nose goes like this.
Stay. 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 Good boy, girl. Yeah.
After work, Aragorn demands what he needs now, a good dose of stroking and massaging.
This is the different interest somehow. So Aragorn is a hedonist in a way. So always let's have nice things and not struggling with unnecessary difficulties. And for Caspar it's more important that everything is at the right place. And not that, so he can't relax enough for these things. So Aragorn is the kind, can just, okay, so let's enjoy this massage now.
Aragorn is the silly one in the group. Zsofia and Bea use the opportunity when not all the wolves are together for one of their favorite activities.
And this one I'm gonna really hate. Yes. Oh, sorry. On the camera, please. Yeah.
If something is...
Zsofia and Bea's private dogs can now only visit their former fosterlings when the pack is split up.
Now we can cut one of your fingers and you wouldn't feel anything. Yes, that's true.
The wolves have water again, and the pack can reunite.
Bravo! Come, everybody! Come.
While Zsofia and Bea direct the last wolves through the gate, Ferdinand accidentally records a little sensation.
Cherokee has a timeout.
The youngsters are on the roof.
I've never seen that before. They were not allowed up there. Now things are beginning to change. Lots of things.
Like what?
Shima will soon be in heat. In a few days, we expect. This will change the pack structure. The young ones are already trying to mob her. We'll see how far they'll get with that. Shima is a little shaken, but at the moment things seem okay. For how long, you never know. We shall see. Let's hope for the best.
An idle wish. For several days, the youngsters have been ostracizing Shima again. The scientists have to act because, surprisingly, Shima does not get support from Kaspar, the alpha wolf. He just tolerates the young rowdies. Eventually, the WSC team decides to separate Shima and Nanook from the others. They all still howl together. That, at least, is a good sign and shows that they feel part of one pack.
Hello, Shima. Hello. Yeah, Shima, this is just Ferdinand. Yes. Hello. Yo, now come on. Shima. Come on here. It's fine. Now come. Oh, super. Bravo. So you see, this was already an abnormal reaction from Shima toward Nanook. So this is... The case is here that Shima is one of the 3 older animals of us. Nanook is a young one. And what you could see already before, that Shima is submitting to Nanook, which was not the case at all before. So as it naturally happens in wolf packs, that's that the old ones are dominant over the young ones, till the young ones then of course may take over at one point as they get older. But the case is that, and this is what is happening here now, but the problem is that Nanook is very young, so nobody expected this thing happen this year. So we expected that this, yes, Nanook, oh, yabba. So we expected that these things will come in a year and not now. And what happened in the pack, that for whatever reason Nanook decided that he goes against Shima, and then unfortunately all the others joined in. So why the 2 of them are separated here now is that not the whole pack goes against Shima and starts mobbing her. So in this way the 2 of them can figure out their relationship at the moment, and then we'll see where we end up. Ow. Carefully.
The pack is jumpy, but the scientific studies go on anyway. Friederike, Zsofia, and Kurt want to know whether wolves can learn from dogs. For this purpose, they've built a magic box. Todor shows Aragorn how to open the hatch. For now, Aragorn may only watch. He can see that there's meat in the magic box.
Bravo, Aragorn, super. Box. Ja, super. Sit. Bravo, super. Flex hier. So is it. Box. Super. So is it.
Zsofia and Friederike try the same with the comparison group. Zsofia's dog Todor shows Rafiki 6 times how to open the box.
Bravo. Come on. Leash on the I forgot that. And what? Soesfutter.
Then Rafiki has to handle the task alone.
The dogs are hopeless. Normally, they cannot solve this problem. They scratch at the sound of the box. Then they give up and beg for help, turning to either a dog or a human for support.
Now you can try it, Guy. There's nothing on the ground. Yeah, wait a second. Yep.
It's the same as with Rafiki, Aragorn's first try.
Bravo, Aragorn. Susie, good.
Wolves are different.
When it comes to understanding cause and effect, wolves are better than their domesticated relatives.
Super, bravo.
Aragorn opens the box single-handedly, with his left paw to be precise.
Wolves don't just eat apples and pears. Their main diet, after all, consists of dead animals. You have to take what you can get. For a dead donkey, it's better to end up that way than to be buried, I would say. Let the wolves take care of his earthly remains.
Christmas dinner in the compound. Wolves can eat 8-9 kilos in one go. Their stomachs often serve as a temporary storage space. The wolves devour as much as they can, then they withdraw, vomit, and eat it all again, slowly and with gusto. Some enjoy such a feast with all their senses. It will be a while before the dogs will be fed an entire carcass. Aged about 4 months, they're just changing their teeth. Kilio doing his object permanence training. This is an advanced skill. The dog has to watch carefully what Friederike is doing.
Bravo, super.
What's this test about?
The question is, does the animal understand that the object has remained there, or is it just watching where the hand was last time? We are controlling how they really solve the problem, how much context they can grasp.
Rafiki goes where the hand was the last time, a standard error. This time, he was more attentive.
Yeah, bravo! This was good. Yoo-hoo! Bravo!
Like all small dogs, his sister Alika is allowed to sit on a little pedestal.
Try something different.
Alika has a bad day today, and Friederike too, it seems.
No.
The dogs have already done the geometrical symbols. Now they are being prepared for logical thinking. It will take the animals several months to get to the testing phase.
Super machst du das.
Super, bravo. Bravo, bravo. Fertig. 17, amazing. Ay, 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 ay.
What was she supposed to do?
She has to learn by elimination, but this is only the training phase. There are 4 positive and 4 negative symbols. She has to learn, learn, learn.
For several weeks, ICPs have been working at the Ernst Brunn Game Park. The Wolf Science Center is getting a spacious testing hall, a visitor center, and a vast enclosure for the wolves. Prince Royce, the landlord, is sponsoring the land. The wolves and dogs are getting a total of 24,000 square meters.
So, grüß Gott. Geht schon ganz schön was weiter, was? Jetzt geht was, gell?
The landlord seems happy with the progress and explains, behind this is the training compound. To the right, the wolf enclosure number 1. To the left, near the mufflons, wolf enclosure number 2. The small building over there is the nursery.
Aufzuchthaus.
In a few weeks, the new installations will be ready. Until then, Friederike, Zsofia, Kurt, and Bea have to make do with the former stables. In this test, Kilio has to take a hint from Bea's eyes. First, she shows the dog that the buckets contain food.
Denk an deine Schultern.
Then Bea hides the meat while giving a call.
Links. Kilio.
The dog has to watch where she's looking.
Kilio. Kili. You followed your gaze, and then you just go to the other side. Yeah.
Afterwards, Bea and Friederike try to find out whether dogs also take such hints from dogs. Kendra indicates the right side. Maisha has watched closely.
Maisha. Links.
Everyone is surprised. Maisha has understood the exercise.
What's wrong with our dog? Die hasst es schon. Nice. Das hat gereicht.
He's done this for the 3rd time with a dog now. Up to this point, it was in a 50-50 chance level. He had no idea what this is all about, not a clue. Today you've understood, Kendra. Fantastic, good dog.
Wahnsinn, bravo. Die Wölfe machen das mit
The wolves do this well with dogs and with humans, but they never do the showing part.
recht gut. Das Zeigen machen sie nicht.
Zsofia prepares Shima for the exercise.
Shima, Shima, look here. Shima, look. Yeah, look, 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 look.
Look. Bravo. Ja, super.
Shima cannot see in which bucket Zsofia is placing the meat. To get a treat, the wolf has to follow Zsofia's hand gesture.
No, Shima, it's here. It's here. Yeah, yeah.
Understanding human gestures.
Sit.
Is this a bonus of domestication?
So.
Shima, Shima, look. Super, bravo.
At this point, the exercises only demonstrate that dogs can achieve this task at the age of 2 to 3 months. Wolves not under 1 year.
Hier, super. Shima, look. Shima, hier. Oh, ja, 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 ja.
When Shima came out of heat, the WSC team reunited the pack. For a while, this worked well. But then the youngsters ganged up against Aragorn. Attacked from all sides, he has retreated to a remote corner of the compound. Without putting up resistance, Aragorn has become an outsider. In retrospect, the reasons seem obvious.
Aragorn was given an implant this year. In other words, we have chemically castrated him. He didn't have enough testosterone. Geronimo attacked him, seconded by Nanook and the other youngsters, plus Kaspar.
Anderen Welpen und Kaspar noch auch dazu. Und es endete so, dass der
Aragorn was no longer allowed to even get on his feet.
nicht mehr aufstehen. Der durfte nur hinter in einer Ecke liegen. Der konnte
He
nicht.
could not drink water or even urinate. When we got him out for a test, the first thing he did was drink and urinate. We couldn't let that go on, so we decided to separate Geronimo, Yukon, and Tatonga and leave the other 6 at the big enclosure.
Since troublemaker Geronimo has been in the small compound, Aragorn and Caspar have teamed up again. Nanook has again submitted to Shima, and the 2 Swiss wolves, Apache and Cherokee, are also well integrated in the pack. On the other side of the fence are Geronimo, Yukon, and Tatonga.
What's the problem with the 2 ladies?
Here, the final word hasn't been spoken. Yukon and Tatonga are distracted by Kurt.
Sit. Daddy. Sit. Yep, good. Schluss. Die wirkliche Gegnerschaft läuft zwischen.
The real antagonism is between Black Shima and Yukon. We are seeing social tensions of 2 distinct kinds. Some individuals among the males have a tendency of mobbing, and some of the females don't get along with each other.
Unter den Weibchen welche, die sich nicht vertragen. Yukon.
Since the tone has turned rough in the pack, there are new safety measures.
Bea, what's the purpose of the bell?
This bell is used for so-called recall. The animals associate the sound with something very pleasant, like food or popular toys. In any case, they associate it with something positive and immediately come running towards us. So if there's trouble in the compound, we can call the animals away.
Okay.
The bell now rings before each meal.
Oh.
And they left the rabbit there.
Yeah.
Caspar has grabbed the hare and proclaims noisily that it's his. Now something surprising happens. Apache approaches.
Look at that. Apache's got it from Caspar. Trying to get it from Caspar.
And takes the hare.
He succeeded.
All 9 wolves at Ernstbrunn are timber wolves. Why is the WSC team not working with European wolves?
One practical reason is that timber wolves are calmer than Europeans. They haven't been hunted as intensely for centuries as European wolves have been, so they are more relaxed and their moods don't change that often. It rarely happens that we have a friendly wolf suddenly turn aggressive. They are more stable and easier to handle.
Because they have been hunted less, timber wolves are probably more similar to domestic dogs than other wolves. That makes the comparison fair. The dogs are first to move into their new compound. They live in a pack just like the wolves, and thus they show marked differences to dogs who live with people.
It's interesting to see that so this territory defense, for instance, so when you start to move around in the enclosure, they respond very similarly as the wolves, so they try to block you. And so from a lot of point of view, they are quite different than pet dogs.
Hi, Turn. Hello. Yeah. Congratulations, caramba.
Any dog owner knows how individually different dogs are. That's also the case with wolves. Their individual characters alone cause constant action.
Oh, dong. Yeah. My God. Huh?
Once again, the wolves have required a new grouping. Now the 3 adults and the 2 Swiss wolves, Cherokee and Apache, are together. Apache, the shy one, has made great progress.
Apache, come on.
So he became a completely different animal, happy to meet people, came for, meaning us mainly, happy to come for grooming and really lay next to us, and we enjoyed scratching, and became a lot more calm and self-confident in all his behaviors, basically. And actually, I think what's most interesting, what's going to happen in the future, because the students are making bets whether he or Cherokee will be the dominant one.
Ah, yes, crocodile wolf, huh?
One habit he has kept, he takes the entire hand in his mouth when he gets a treat, but he's careful not to hurt.
My whole hand, huh?
It's interesting that from the very start, the black Apache was drawn to the black adults.
Finally.
Next door, the 4 Americans are together. Tatanga, Nanook, Yukon, and Geronimo, the foursome that was driven across the U.S. by Bea and Barbara.
Yes, see?
Today, they appear relaxed. The camera doesn't bother them in the least. But as soon as Zsofia and Friederike stop working with them, Nanook shows Geronimo who's the boss.
Also das ist Nanook, der gegenwärtige Alpha.
This is Nanook, the current alpha of the American pack, the foursome you brought from the States and which we hand-raised.
Den wir Hand aufgezogen haben und den ihr aus Amerika geholt habt. Er hatte eine frühe...
Nanook had an early infection, which was successfully treated with antibiotics. What remained is a lazy eyelid, but this has never kept him from standing his ground consistently, if not to say aggressively.
Konsequent seinen Standpunkt vertritt, nicht zu sagen, relativ aggressiv ist.
Not towards us, just towards his peers. That's why he is the alpha of the pack, not Geronimo, who is actually smarter and more consistent and does not really like to submit to Nanook. The situation here is still somewhat unresolved.
Das heißt, wir haben da immer noch eine noch nicht ganz ausdiskutierte Situation.
The wide range of expression available to wolves has been reduced in the course of domestication. The body language of dogs may be more limited, but they bark more often and in a wider range of situations. At the WSC, the wolves are not only tested, they're also compared to dogs under the same conditions in order to define the effects of domestication and the real differences between wolves and dogs.
Bravo.
Look.
Dogs are focused on us most of the time, whereas wolves give us only part of their attention, especially when we're outside. It's better in the testing compound, but even there wolves are constantly watching and listening for what is happening all around. The wolf's focus is only partly on us.
Although wolves will never ignore their surroundings to the extent that dogs will, their pace of learning is similar.
Faktum ist, es gibt einen Unterschied zwischen Wolf und Hund.
Wolves and dogs are different, that's a fact. In many ways, wolves are smarter than dogs, more creative in their problem solving, more independent in their thinking and less prepared to cooperate with us just because they love us. When they can see that there is no treat in my hand, the cooperation ends immediately.
Ich dich auch. Can you do a sit? And down. Down. Down.
So without a treat, wolves cannot be motivated to cooperate. Can they be kept away from food? The answer is given by this comparison test.
No, no. I put it here, but if you touch it, no. No. No! No.
Even when Zsofia turns her back, the dog will not dare to touch the meat.
Nekam kill you. Nekam. Yeah, come. Nekam. Yeah, come here. Nekam. Yeah, super. Yo, I'm sorry. Yeah, come. Yo. Nom, 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 nom. Huh? Bravo. Well done. You're a nice guy. It's important to emphasize it in our case that these dogs are not trained on this. So normally pet dogs are trained. These animals meet this situation once in their life during this test, and despite of this lack of experience, this works with the dogs.
And now a wolf. This is a first-time situation for Cherokee.
Actually, look, meat, mine. This is mine. No, no. This is mine. Okay, no, no, Cherokee. No. No, 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 no.
Nothing could stop Cherokee from grabbing the meat. In contrast, dogs seem to have an inborn respect towards humans.
Yeah, yeah, just dry food. I have only dry food. No, sit down. Yes, sit. Bravo, super. No, 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 no. No, congratulations. Hey, bravo.
The construction work for the new wolf installation is close to completion. One compound is ready, and the first wolves are already on their way from their original quarters.
Slowly, 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 slowly. Wait, 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 wait.
Zsofia, Friederike, Rita, and Kurt accompany the 4 American youngsters to their new home. Walking with a single wolf usually means lots of action. With several wolves, even the pros run out of breath.
Slow down.
You can't. Da kann sie den. Genes! Genes! Hierher. Super. Viranyi.
Na, mit der kurzen Leine hat er kein Problem.
It's getting worse and worse, but that's the worst part.
Once the panic attacks are over, all is well.
Ready? Tatonga, Nanook, Yukon, and Geronimo now have 8,000 square meters to run, horse around, and explore.
Jetzt haben wir das Food für them? Ja.
Komm, 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 komm.
The compounds are much bigger and more structured. If there are tensions, a wolf can slip away for a while. We'll see whether that'll be useful. It's an improvement at any rate. Even when they stormed in, it was obvious wolves look so much better in such a natural setting.
Will the new situation change anything for the scientists?
Also unser Leben wird sich natürlich hier sehr entspannen.
Our life will be more relaxed here, with the 2 big compounds. We have the new testing house that also makes work easier. I hope that we can move forward and can go home at normal hours, before 9 or 10 at night.
Normalen Zeiten und nicht erst um 9 oder um 10.
We have so many plans, so for science and also for the education program, so from the zoo point of view. So it's just becoming possible finally to do them. I think that's the main thing. But I'm really looking forward to seeing these animals growing up and getting old. So this I'm really, really curious about, how they will change over the years, how their relationships will change, how the packs will change. Seeing these things in the wolf packs and the dog packs, I am really curious about this.
Aber das sieht man auch wieder
It's so typical. Now that they have this big area, which they certainly haven't explored yet completely, We are all here and want to be groomed. You are just dogs, aren't you?
October 21st, a glorious autumn day, a good omen. Solemnly, the three scientists and Prince Royce dedicate the Austrian Wolf Science Center. For Barbara and her team, it's time to say goodbye to the animals who have enriched their lives for 1.5 years. But she hopes to be back. From now on, anyone who likes can visit the Wolf Science Center and watch the scientists as they work with the wolves.